Okay, how you guys doing? We got winners finals here. Barty versus Hawk, and Barty actually took out Jacob Doesn't Lift in a, what was it? Erlang Shen Mirror, both using the same skin, the Pokemon Trainer skin. Here we got Barty on Fenrir, Hawken on Vulcan. Vulcan was generally thought to be, with Erlang, the strongest god that got through this tournament. Barty left it open by banning Hawken's Neath. Which is probably a smart move, given that it's his best god, or at least one of his best gods. But he left the Vulcan open here and intentionally picked Fender. So we'll see if he has an explosive enough early game to stop Vulcan from getting to late here. Definitely what he'll be looking for. Uses a 3 through the wall there, gets quite a bit of damage onto Hawken, but Hawken returns a little bit with that turret shot. Not quite as much as he'd want to, though. He started his 1-2-3 here. Hawken's got to be really careful here, actually, because he's got no way to knock Fenrir out of his 3. He travels along with Hawken during his backward dash during his 1. And his knock-up from his 3 actually won't interrupt Fenrir. So this honestly looks like quite a rough counter matchup, actually. Smart pick by Barty. There's the stun. He's prioritizing the turret here. Some damage from Hawken. Ooh, so close. He's looking for it. Finds the auto and finds the backfire. Nice. Okay. All right. Barty figured if he couldn't snowball that, he wasn't going to be able to win it, and he F6'd immediately after the first kill. I respect it. I gotta tell Rob, this is best of 3. Hawken versus Barty. Best of 3. Okay, so we'll keep the video going while we go to spectate Hawken's next match, which will be against Barty in a best of 3. So Hawken's up 1-0. So the Fenrir pick, unfortunately, did not work out for him there. It was a smart pick, though. A good, a good try at countering Vulcan there. If he was able to get that first blood and was able to snowball, we could have seen a really strong performance from Fenrir. Unfortunately, Hawken was, too safe and too wise for Barty to be able to take that first blood too easily. They ended up banning the same things, Neath and Erlang. You gotta pass bans, so you just ban one each and then pass the rest of the bans. Is how we're running this tournament. So it's one ban each with a ton of the top gods banned. Again, they are Anhur, AMC, Baka, Kronos, Freya, Hebo, Hoyi, Kali, Merlin, Pele, Poseidon, Set, Scotty, and Uller. By the way, Set is so nasty right now, you guys. I hate him so much. UltiG, who's actually in this tournament, said that he went like 11-0 on him. And I've seen a lot of people have really strong performances with him. He seems like just such a crazy god, like very close to Baka levels. So we're going to have to wait out the rest of this timer while they decide their picks. Hawken goes Apwash. Wow. Very different pick from the stuff that we're used to Hawken going. You must have a much more diverse god pool than I thought. Oh, wow, and Barty actually goes Hades, which should be a strong counter to Apwash, given that Apwash has no escape, and Hades will have a better early game. So this tournament does feature a loser's bracket, you guys. On loser's side, we have Jacob, who lost to Barty, and we have Jabber, who lost to Hawken. They're waiting on the results of a bunch of other matches right now. We have UltiG still in, fighting Logout. Winner will fight Jabber, and we've got Disc Creator, Mr. Slightwork, and Workman battling it out to see who fights Jabber. They'll all fight to get to losers finals. Whoever advances from losers finals fights the winners finals winner out of these two. I'm sorry, the losers final is decided by who loses here. Whoever loses here goes down to losers finals. They'll fight whoever battles through those guys that I mentioned. Then the winner of that fights in grand finals versus the winner of this game, or the winner of this set. It's complicated if you don't know how brackets work in general, but if you do, then that was all very simple, right? Alright, we can go to spectate the match now. Yeah, Hawkins actually got a pretty high level Opwash. Assisted, we go into the late afternoon mode. So yeah, Barty on the Hades, like I said, I think that he'll have a much stronger matchup here than Hawken. He goes for the tier 2 Bancrofts. One pot of each flavor, and Hawken goes for Mage's Blessing with tier 1 Tiny Trinket. Gonna try to be safer here. He doesn't have anywhere near the clear potential that Hades does, so he's gonna have to play a really smart and safe early game to have a chance at this. One good thing for him is that, you know, Hades is a healer, so he'll be able to apply his 3 to Hades and get that stun more often. And while Hades is in his ultimate, he will be susceptible to all of Opwash's burst. Just he'll have increased protections during it, so kind of got to weigh the benefits versus the negatives there. There's the clear from Barty. I don't know if I like Hawken pushing up this far when Barty's going to auto clear, but he actually cleared pretty quickly himself. Still going to take a lot more poke from Barty. Both of them actually bugging each other out quite a bit now. But wow, Barty definitely gets the last lap. Hawken gets a little bit of healing, however, from those corpses. And still looks to engage. He's got his abilities up, so oh my god! He stacked up the corpses real quick and just took out Barty's life. I definitely did not expect that for First Blood to go anywhere near Hawken's way with the power that Hades has in the early. But he managed his corpses really well, and just knew that, you know, while Barty's moves were on cooldown, he had the advantage. It was actually Barty who overstepped when I thought that Hawken was that whole time. Interesting that he had it that much kill potential. Opwash is crazy, man, because he doesn't have the tier 2 Bancrofts. You would think that it wouldn't be enough damage, but it was. Ult is up for Hawken here. Gonna keep poking out Barty while clearing. Gets that red buff, which is, you know, so important for the early game. Barty not looking to let Hawken go just yet. You never want your opponent to leave on their terms, you know, always make them leave on your terms. Stop their backs whenever you can. Unless, like, there's a buff up that you really want to go over to. Oh, wow. Ult from Hawken. He's going to clear the wave with this, and he's going to force Barty out. But he really doesn't get much off of it. Barty's going to still be able to go get his blue buff. So, I don't know. Kind of a wasted ult. That ult being on, you know, a little bit of a larger cooldown right now. Got, you know, 80 seconds left to wait on that. Both players going over their blue buffs. Barty actually looks like he's checking out Hawken's blue buff, but it's going to be too late. Hawken already taken it down. It's a little bit of wasted time on Barty's side here. He does have ults available, but Hawken also has speed, so he's going to want to pop that as soon as possible. He's getting the experience through the wall here. Hawken sniffs him out, walks over. Like I said, Barty wants to pop those beads as early as possible. Hawken trying not to pop them yet. Big damage. He might be able to turn this. No, not yet. His 2 or his 1 wasn't up yet, so he couldn't look to you know, pop the corpses on him yet. Good play from Barty. Gets a lot of damage onto Hawken, forces him to lose a little bit of gold from those creeps, and goes over to take his own blue buff. Unfortunately, did not pop the beads though. You know, that was a mini win for Hawken, getting that ult from Hades without having to pop the beads. So really bold play from Hawken, not immediately beadsing there, knowing that, you know, he can sustain himself with the corpses through that ultimate. Yeah, really interesting game. I like the, you know, the variety in the picks this time around. We've seen a lot of different gods. I think the more that we ban out, you know, unfortunately for Duel, the more that we ban out of these top gods, the more variety we'll be able to see, the more flex picks and things like that. The only person it's so unfortunate for is Funkbot. Still never seems to get his Zhang through and is eternally sad. Red buff is up, because we did do one ban each this time, so as long as they know it's Funkbot, they're gonna ban that Zhang. But maybe next time I can do no bans with the tier list, you know, tier list figured out. A lot of damage to both players here, but a blink, really nice from Barty. Great starting relic for him too, that blink. Oh, Hawken actually misses that corpse explosion on Barty, but he is hiding him so well. Never mind, doesn't matter. Ooh, Barty almost goes down there to the 3s, ticks.
This isn't going as well as I hoped.
I'm not actually sure, Vegeta.
Tremble before me.
So this is a big win for Barty. Gets the red buff off of this as well. Takes an experience lead. And now is about even in gold with Hawken. Slightly behind.
Cannot escape my judgment.
It's just the kind of game mode that Duel is, that you know, the top gods really strangle the life out of all the others, making it so impossible to utilize them.
Pretty.
Winner of this tournament gets 1,000 gems, and Koganon, a mod of ours, is offering a wood burning keychain. He's doing that for each tournament. So if you think you can win and you want a wood burning keychain because they're awesome, get something nice. Jacob Doesn't Lift got a, I think a breast cancer awareness one, which is really fucking cool. Great option. I would have just gotten like the Hollow Knight sigil or something. And yeah, he definitely showed me up. So just cancer awareness symbol. That's nice. So.
Pretty.
So yeah, each tournament Koganon's offering that, and each tournament, of course, there are the gem prizes as well. 1,000 for first, 600 for second, and 400 for third. Prizes done by Hi-Rez, of course, which I'm really thankful for. Hi-Rez definitely kills it with their community team, you know? Oh, Hawken in a bad spot here, but he actually, I think he missed that too on him. Not positive. A lot of damage. Barty's gonna be forced to get out of here. Whoa, finds the blink. It's so much return damage. Wow. Yeah, like I said, with no escape for Hades' ultimate, it's a rough matchup for Hawken. That's why I was so surprised by the first blood, but Barty seems to finally be in control again now. Really utilizing his strengths in this matchup. Hawken now down 2 levels. Wants to stop the bleeding somehow. He might just have to play it a little bit safer and try to get to, you know, the latest of late game. Ulti wins over Logout and losers. Good stuff, Ulti. Thanks so much for playing Logout. That blink was really, you know, the best relic pickup for Barty possible for that first relic, because, you know, with Hades you just need to keep pressing your lead in the early. He's such a monstrous early game god. Drops the red buff. Yeah, it just allows you to keep the pressure up with Hades and, you know, keep getting the enemy's beads on cooldown every time you blink at them, get that beads, and then, you know, next time get the engagement, you know, without even using the beads, you can just dash in with it. There's those beads. Easily forced. And Barty goes to pick up the red buff as well. Oh, will he make it? Ah, oh, what? It disappeared. Hacks. Goddamn. That was like the exact same frame that it disappeared, I guess.
Cannot escape my judgment. Quick, feed.
Yeah, oversights on my part in terms of gods that I didn't ban out. Like I said, Vulcan and Erlang Shen probably look like it here, which both of these players ban. And I assume we'll see most players banning out further they go on here unless they have like a real pocket counter pick against one of those gods. They feel strong with it. But I'll try to keep, you know, as we go forward here, keep eliminating more gods that I'll, you know, really, what's the word? That really, you know, auto win, I guess, just.
Cannot escape my judgment.
There's something better, though. There's definitely something better that I was thinking of. The word's on the tip of my tongue, you guys. So Hawken, like I said, needs to play a safer game, and he definitely does so with these wards, warding both at his side of the jungle and at Barty's side. But that blink, oof. A lot of damage returned, though. Hawken might be able to get out of this. Yeah, and there goes the stun. See if Barty opts to chase him into the tower here. No, not just yet. So he got Shield of Thorns and Blink off of Barty there. And didn't even have to use a relic himself. Things are turning around for the Outplash. In terms of builds, we got both of them going Bancrofts. We've got Barty going into Obsidian Shard. Personally, I've been going into Spear so that I can go Demonic a little bit more effectively with Hades. But generally, Shard was my pickup. I just have been opting into the Spear so that I can get that that auto attack item, you know, and make it a little bit more effective because it shreds procs, and then you have the Obsidian Shards passive kind of conflicting with that. We'll see where Barty ends up going with this. If he opts for auto attack at all, or just keeps going with a more burst build. Because in this matchup, it seems like more burst is the way to go, so. Hawken actually going Bulwark, and I'm a little surprised about that, why he didn't go Pestilence, given that Barty has so much healing with his 3, and has Bancrofts, so I think that's definitely a misbuy from Hawken. He definitely has some counter to the healing and lifesteal in his build, but you know, having some reduction on it in his build should have helped. Barty just controlling the buffs so well here. Goes over to Hawken's blue. Waits out the ticks from Hawken's 3 there and just takes it down clean.
Where do you hope to run?
Looks for another ult onto Hawken, but this time Hawken is just hugging that tower. Making sure that there's no blink engagements available to him unless he wants to dive that tower. So at this point, Barty wants to start looking at Bull Demon to force that tower down. Hades, like I said, usually needs to win doesn't need to win in the early. Like in a matchup like this, we'll see how it goes at the, you know, at end game. But generally, more gods have a better chance against him the later that they go, because they can start withstanding his ultimate a little bit better, fighting back through it. And that big burst that comes from Hades just starts to wither away a little bit. Unless he goes auto attack, which, oh, it does seem Barty is going. That's nice. Good to see my build idea validated, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, interested in seeing what he's gonna opt to go here. If he goes Telkines because of the conflict with Obsidian Shard, or he does still just go Demonic. Hey, how you doing, Issue Girl? Good to see you. We got a lot of people still battling it out through losers right now while this Winners Finals is going on. Remember, it is 1-0 Hawken right now. I always said I could put that on my overlay somehow. That would be nice. That is technology we do not yet have. Yeah, we're already into like 13, going on 14 minutes here, and Barty hasn't been able to get the tower yet. Just, you know, to the credit of Opwash, having so much clear potential, being able to camp it out. Going into auto attack for Hades does allow him to take both the tower and Bull Demon more effectively, though. So that should bode well for Barty. And he does go demonic, actually, with the Obsidian. So yeah, I actually want to know just how bad of a conflict this is, these two items. Certain things, you know, I've just heard, like back in the day, like you shouldn't go these because you end up reducing a little bit of what you can do with the Obsidian through the Demonic's passive. Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts, you guys, on, you know, if it's really not worth. Because what I usually do is go Spear so that that doesn't happen. And Spear does work pretty well with his ultimate, Hades. Oh, wow. Opwash, looking over here, does see Barty. At first, just backs off, thinking that Barty's not going to go for it. Barty doesn't have the greatest secure on this because Hawken can blow it up. You know, his 3 is great secure, but Hawken has options as well. Uses the 3 here. Doesn't get stunned from it because he didn't heal during it. Hawken very successful there, though, at getting Barty off the Bull Demon. Without using any relics either. Now he's going to have the beads out, though. Good blink from Barty. Forces those beads. He heals here, so he actually, I think, will get stunned. Yep. He gets increased duration on that 3, and it ends with a stun. If you lifesteal or heal during it. Actually, I forget. Does it apply to lifesteal as well, or just healing?
Where do you hope
Alright, been gone a while, you guys, I forget. Hawken's still pressing this. Forcing Barty out. It would be nice if he can get this blue buff here. He hasn't been able to, you know, control the buffs very well this game. Only heal, not lifesteal. Okay, good.
escape my judgment?
Which of course applies to Hades' 3, though. It's a self-heal. Oh, backs off in a little bit of a risky spot here. Hawken need to get some more damage onto him. Barty just going to heal up again, but oh, once again applies that 3 to him. Hawken knows he doesn't really have kill potential here, but what he's doing is, you know, extending the game as much as possible, trying to get towards that late game point when he's full build, full level, and is, you know, just more ready to take on Hades. Looks like Barty's going to go for Poly here, most likely. Could be Book of Thoth, but Poly would work really well with his build. Hades autos hit really hard, and he can apply them, you know, very often after each ability, really. The reason auto attack Hades works so well. Oh, let's see real quick first. Nah, no ultimate available for Barty yet. Oh no, he did have it actually. Did he? I'm surprised to see him not ult there, but I see the diamond. Did it just come up? I'm not sure. Maybe just didn't want to do it at the tower line there. But yeah, auto attack works really well as Hades because he's got a lot of time in between his abilities. Generally, you know, pretty long cooldowns, and it helps him scale so well into the late. Okay, no beads available for Hawken here, so he's just gonna have to hold this. He Aegises, but Barty holds the 3, keeps going, misses a bunch of these autos though, unfortunately. Hawken with some good jukes. That Bulwark Shell did help him here.
Tremble before.
So yeah, a lot of time between Hades' moves, and a lot of secure for the autos, using that fear and using the dash to slow.
Quick fear.
Can really just, you know, pepper in these autos throughout the engagement quite well. Hawken does go for Spear here with Opwash, you know, going to be able to utilize that with his ult a lot better. And the tick from his 3 as well. And now goes for Divine Ruin, finally picking up anti-heal against Barty here. The Poly is finished.
Spirits are coming for you.
But yeah, not Barty, rather, Hawken is just one item away from full build. So I'd say Barty wasn't able to push his lead as well as he'd like to here.
Tremble before.
Wait, who actually got that? It was Barty, right? Yeah. I forget that. I think if it's blue and not, you know, black and white. What is it when you don't get it?
Spirits are coming for you.
The absence of color. Gray? Gray. Yeah, you're always kicking yourself though when you can't extend your lead as much as you want to here. Oh, I don't know though. Hawken really overstayed here. He beads too. Oh man, beads before the ult came out. He's going down for that. That was a really rare mispositioning from Hawken. You know, he's been so diligent throughout this game, been so safe, and just committed to the camping kind of playstyle that he needed to. Just decided to get a little crazy here and try to get some tower poke, and pays for it with his life here. He's gonna lose his Phoenix as well, most likely, especially with that demonic grip on Hades and the Polynomicon. He's just gonna be swinging. He actually missed. Oh, okay. He was just using his one to get the poly shot. He wasn't trying to hit the creeps. Yeah, that looks like a dead Phoenix. Yep. Finally gets it just as Hawken respawns.
Escape my judgment.
Yeah, demonic for objectives and Bull Demon, as well as, like I said, can actually use it very well in between those abilities to just hammer the opponent. Yeah, Hawken lost so much off of that one misplay. Barty just seized the moment, found that ult, and squashed him. Hawken's still looking for a last item here. I'm wondering what he'll go, actually. Maybe Gem of Iso. Get a little bit more slows onto Barty. Control his movement a little bit more. He did not get red buff here, unfortunately for Hawken. I guess he didn't see that it was up. Or maybe it just came up as he was backing. Or as Barty was just coming back, so it wasn't safe. Hawken's just standing here. Knows that he can't push up. Gotta be super careful now because he doesn't have beads. And Hades is going to be knocking on his front door here. Going to do as much damage as possible to this. Going to wait out that ultimate though. You know, doesn't want to stand in that. No reason to. Oh, found it. That should be curtains for Hawken. Actually, oh, big burst. But look how low that Titan is. It's going to go down. Barty takes it. So a really interesting matchup we saw there. It was all about Hawken just trying to extend the game as long as possible and get to full build. But he was in a real rough spot there. Just, you know, able to be smothered by that Hades ultimate too easily. As long as Barty found the openings, and he did. So that's 1-1. This is the first time, well, there's only been one other tournament, but this is the first time that we haven't seen a 2-0 in finals. You got a really interesting matchup here in Barty versus Hawken. You got Jacob battling through losers now, or at least waiting to battle through losers. UltG actually took it over Jabber, so UltG is in losers semis right now. Waiting on Jacob, who is waiting on Workman and Disc Creator. Alright, we get back into it. Let's see if they go with the same bans. Neath and Erlang Shen. Yep, Neath banned out for Barty. Hawken thinking about it for a sec. Maybe he has an answer for the Erlang, we'll see. I wonder how Vulcan versus Erlang would go. A little too easy to be run down, I feel like. Vulcan in that matchup. Yeah, he does man out the ear long. So not comfortable with any pick against it right now. Yeah, Jacob confirming he thinks Erlong wins that. Him and Diesel fought that matchup and he beat you. Gotcha. Not that that's the way that we, you know, automatically determine those matchups, though. Just if they're, you know, off of one matchup in it. But two very high-level players in that. And seems like Vulcan would have some trouble escaping. But, you know, it could be a little bit close, especially in the late game. Where Vulcan's, you know, dealing a lot more damage. Has his 3-up more often in his backfire. Interested to see where these guys go with their picks here, this being the final game of Winners Finals. Barty goes Camazotz. And Hawken goes Camazotz. Oh shit. I'm pretty sure they didn't, you know, prepare this ahead of time. I'm pretty sure they didn't plan this. Who's got the better skin? I'd say Hawken. Is that just a recolor? It looks nice. I don't like the demonic skin so much. That's what Barty has opted into here, you know what I'm saying? So Camazotz Ditto. Jacob's money is on Hawken. I actually didn't see what masteries both of them had on these gods. Or on this god. Both went Warrior's Blessing start. The early Gambit, you know, is so important here. So if either one slipped up in the build, it would have been really interesting to see. But both of them are going for the same exact build here. Same amount of potions too. Warrior's Blessing, Tier 1 Transcendence, or Tier 1 Hydras, wherever they decide to go with it. Both went Shell too. Barty throws out his 1, doesn't find it. Goes over to use his 2 on the buff. Not exactly sure why he did that though. Instead of clearing the small creep, he didn't need the heal from it. Oh wow, Hawken's getting the better of him so far, but Barty's going to heal up as well. And Hawken took quite a little damage from the creeps. Didn't clear as well as Barty did. Probably didn't get his 1 through all of them. Oh, it gives him a passive stack. I forgot about that. Sorry again, you guys. There's a lot of stuff that that I've forgotten over time. So yeah, Barty gets a passive stack after the 2. And what does that do, you guys? This engagement is just so funny looking. But Hawken, you know, looking like the worse for wear. Oh, this is close. Shell pop from Hawken, and... oh, Shell from Barty! If Hawken finds it here, he does. That's going to be really hard to come back from. In a Ditto, you know, once you get behind, you're fighting the same character, you know, with the same scaling as you. Very tough to come back from. Hawken didn't pick up... okay, there you go. It picks up the red buff now. You know, it's never over, especially just 1 kill. Like I said, it does give you the first blood gold, which is rough to fight back against. But shouldn't give up just yet. I'd say if Barty dies, you know, once more in this early game, it could be curtains. But, you know, might still have an opportunity to turn around with some outplay. Looks like Hawken's going straight for Hydras. And so is Barty. Another thing that I don't do too often is rush the Hydras. I usually rush the boots. And maybe should be rushing the Hydras. I'm just so comfortable going boots first. I was doing the same thing with Bancrofts. I would go boots and then finish the Bancrofts, which I recognized was a mistake. Little poke war coming out. Hawken, of course, gonna have the better of this engagement as it goes on, but no, good damage from Barty. Hawken opts to use his ult now. Gonna try to get in on Barty with his own damage there. The passive stack gives Camazot's life, so okay, I see. Yeah, sorry guys, Camazot's one of those, you know, weirder gods. He's got a lot of like little intricacies to him. Definitely forgot about that. A lot of damage coming out from Hawken here. Doesn't find that too. It's the Echo, which I believe gives him more damage, or more power. Such a weird matchup, though, to commentate, especially. There's two bats going at it. Surprised to see that Barty back there, actually, and didn't opt to take this wave before Hawken came back. He's going to miss out on, you know, quite a few creeps here. Yeah, misses out on 3. Guess he thought that Hawken would be returning a little bit faster than he did. This is it, Battle of the Bats, to decide who ends up in Grand Finals here, and who goes down to the Losers Finals. So hard to follow along with this in the camera view. Nice damage from Barty, poking back at Hawken while he aggresses here. But he really has been forcing him under this tower quite a bit, Hawken, you know, making Barty lose even more gold. He has this level lead and about 700 gold lead. Both of them healing up so much. Anti-heal is definitely going to be, you know, the move here for both players. Hawken goes over to take this red buff. Will we get it before Barty gets here? Yeah, Barty actually not looking to contest. Maybe he didn't realize the timing that it was open, or just wanted to make sure he got his own blue buff. Oh, it's gonna be close. There you go. Picks it up, but he's in a rough spot here. Used his 3 already, and Hawken takes him down. There it is. Hawken with a clean comeback there. Wins the second 2 game. I'm sorry, no, not the comeback. He won game 1. Hawken with the clean 2-1 there. Takes it over Barty, goes into Grand Finals.